Hi everyone, my name is Ashley and welcome back to another speed build on my channel. Wow, this is like the fourth one I've uploaded. Very proud of myself. So I'm building a house, obviously. So I wanted to start playing this new challenge that I kind of came up with. Kind of is a morph of like 3 different challenges that already exist in The Sims 4. Why did I say it like that? Challenges? I don't know. But I went ahead and I started this off as like a starter house, but then I ended up cheating myself up to way. As you can tell, it's a little bit late. It's actually not that late. It's only like 8:30, but I should be washing my face and getting ready for bed. But alas, I am here because I feel like I'm gonna have a panic attack, and my boyfriend is asleep, and he's usually the person that I go to when I'm feeling like this, or I just like write about it, and I don't feel like writing about it. So instead, I'm gonna kind of talk about it here a little bit. Yeah. I'm already feeling better. I feel like it's a lot better because I'm talking. Anyway, so this is the house that I'm building in The Sims 4. It is kind of like a ranch style house. Trying to pretend like I know architecture things. I know nothing. I just pretend to know things. But yeah, as you're gonna see as this video progresses, I don't know if I'm gonna have time to touch on it once I get to that point in the video, but there's gonna be a little like area that's like fenced in for animals, and then there's going to be an area that I'm going to have like plants on. So that's what the fences are going to be later. I'm just putting that in here now because I'm pretty sure once they actually build them, I'm not going to address it, and you're going to be like, what is that for? Anyway, so I've mentioned before that I have kind of mental health issues. Don't we all these days? Seriously, everybody is just miserable. Like, I feel like I don't know if it's just that mental health problems are increasing or that we're just talking about it more, but it seems like everybody freaking has like really bad anxiety, which honestly, I feel like it's pretty valid. I feel like it's a lot more normal than we think it is. Like, I'm definitely no special snowflake with my anxiety over here. Like, I know there are lots of other people that deal with very similar things that I deal with when it comes to anxiety. The reason why I'm feeling a little bit I was supposed to say hot and bothered, but I'm not hot nor bothered. Well, I am bothered, but not in like a that type of way. um, this video is already off to a bad start. Yeah, I have really bad dreams. Like every single night, I dream. Sometimes they're pretty cool, and like sometimes they'll be like flying at the beach and stuff like that. But sometimes they're just like god awful, and it really sucks. And like I have no problem with having nightmares every now and then. That's something that I feel like most people deal with. Sometimes they just like have a weird dream on like a Tuesday night and they're like, all right, it's cool. But it's really frustrating to have nightmares every single night. I used to struggle with getting enough sleep and not being able to fall asleep like last year, especially not this past summer, but like 2016. So I guess it's not really last year, but in 2016, I really, really struggled with my sleep. And I remember there was one day, like Thanksgiving, where I could not fall asleep because I ended up having a little bit of caffeine. Because I shouldn't be having caffeine so close to bedtime. But I was an idiot. I still am an idiot. I feel like everybody is an idiot in certain ways when it comes to life in general. Nobody really knows what they're doing, even if they pretend that they know what they're doing. Anyway, yeah. A lot of my nightmares and dreams kind of, even though like they technically end once I wake up, they don't necessarily completely end. And that's what's the most frustrating part, is that even when the dream is over, I still like feel like weird and just like very out of, I don't know, out of my mind. That's a book, actually. So I met that author, Sharon Draper. She's great. I love her. Yeah. I wake up and I still feel like I'm in that dream state. And all the things that happen in my dream usually feel very, very real. And I wish I was a lot better at, what's it called? Lucid dreaming, where you can just like wake yourself up. And I used to be so good at waking myself up from nightmares, but lately, I would say within the past 6 months, I've just gotten so much worse at it. I used to have a lot of nightmares when I was younger too. Not as many as I have now, I don't think, unless I've blocked out a lot of that from my memory. But nightmares have been becoming a more frequent part of my life over the past few years, and it's definitely been affecting me in a very negative way. Like there was one day that I might have started, was it, I can't remember if that was why I was crying in math. No, it was a different reason. I cry so much that I can't even remember which reasons I've cried about on which date. That didn't make any sense. That's not even English. But yeah, I had this really horrible nightmare. My boyfriend made this comment to me yesterday where he was like, you need to stop talking to me in your videos or people are going to be annoyed. But the thing is that I talk to him all the time and most of my stories have to do with him and he's somehow involved in some way. I had this dream that like basically like I was being abandoned by people that I love because I have abandonment issues. You guys are getting to know me so well on this channel so far. I have really bad abandonment issues, especially because my parents are divorced and I had this, okay, don't make fun of me. I had this really awful relationship when I was in 6th grade. I definitely relied on this person for happiness, and it was not a good thing. He was nice to me, but in the end, he kind of ended up saying, like, I never really liked you in the first place, don't really know why I dated you, and I was like, yikes. And I kind of had a lot of issues with that when I was in middle school, and that really upset me. And even though, like, right now, like, I don't care, like, I can, like, think about that situation and kind of laugh it off, but I feel like subconsciously a lot of the things that happened to me back in middle school still affect me today, which is really frustrating because, like, I don't want to live in the past, but all that I am now is built on who I was in the past, if that makes any sense. So, like, while I want to let the past go, at the same time, I never really can. I feel like I'm getting a lot better at not relying on people for happiness. I used to do that a lot more in the past than I do now. I feel like especially like 2017, I started to kind of rely on people a lot more, especially those close to me. But I feel like for the past 4 days, I've gotten a lot better, especially with this whole YouTube thing. I feel like this whole YouTube thing is going to be really, really good for me. Even if, like, nobody ends up watching my videos, this is still so good for me because I have, like, an outlet to kind of share my thoughts and feelings and not have to worry about people from school finding it, and even if they do, like, not really caring, because some of these things are things that I've touched on my personal YouTube channel before. But everybody was really nice to me about that as well. I had never got any hate comments about my mental health and sharing my mental health issues with the internet. And I'm sure I might get some, like, in the future, but honestly, I don't really care what other people think. That's one thing I've kind of learned over time is that, like, it's a lot harder to care. It's a lot harder to not care about what people think. Like, it's really easy to, like, think, like, don't care what people think of you, but it's a lot easier said than done. And that's something I've learned over time. So I'm going to try and take people's criticisms and, like, try to help take those into account to make me a better person. But if I don't think I should change that part of myself, I'm not going to do it just to please other people. I feel like that's something that I used to do in the past, and it's something that a lot of people do, and you're not going to be happy just, like, living for other people, because you're you. When did this turn into a motivational podcast? This is not even a podcast. What am I talking about? I'm just delusional. I think I'm just tired. I haven't even taken off my makeup yet. Could I take off my makeup while I'm doing this video? No, that'd be too much. That would be way too much background noise. That's just too much. That's just too extra. Too extra for life, am I right? What was I talking about? My nightmares. Last night I had, okay, so today, the day I'm filming this, I was my first day coming back from winter break. I went back to school today. And all last night I had nightmares about getting ready to go to school, missing, like, my first hour of class. I woke up in the car and I wasn't ready. I was wearing my pajamas and I had to brush my teeth. And my mom was like, time to go to school. And I was like, I think the F not. Why? I haven't brushed my teeth. Like, I look gross. Like, why are you making me go to school? And yeah, that was pretty much that dream. I ended up getting out of the car and basically plopping myself down on the road. And I'm like, I'm not getting up until you take me home. Like, I am not going to go to school looking like this. I care about my appearance somewhat, and I'm not gonna stoop to this low level. And it was, like, raining outside in the dream as well, so that was really funny. That aspect of the dream was funny. The rest of it was not funny. I think at some point somebody, I don't know, I woke up and this entire day I just felt, I felt off because I had to go to school, but I also just felt, I don't know, like, especially later on in the evening, I kept thinking that, like, everybody hated me, which ongoing thing where I think that people hate me even though they don't hate me. which I feel like a lot of people with really bad anxiety suffer with that type of issue where they're like, I feel like everybody hates me, even though most people probably don't care that much about you. It's not like a positive or negative thing. They just like don't think about their opinion of you. They're like, yeah, Ashley is just another person. Like, okay. I had to make a cut in the video because somebody texted me and then text came across the screen in my speed build. So I don't remember what I was talking about. But anyway, yeah, sometimes I will have falling outs with people in dreams, and it'll end up kind of having a negative effect on me, and then I'll wake up the next day still feeling like that person is mad at me. Or like I'll have a really good experience with somebody, and I'll have like a really good time hanging out with them, and I'll feel so much closer to them, and then I'll wake up the next morning and that person doesn't feel the same thing that I felt because they didn't experience what I experienced. And that's what kind of worries me the most, is that it's kind of starting to affect me while I'm awake. Since when do you guys turn to my therapist? I don't know. But I don't know, that's just having weird dreams where you're flying around and doing cool things, flying in a field of sunflowers, like going to the beach with your friends, like that part of having weird dreams is really fun and really cool. But there are other aspects of it, like the having falling outs with people in your dreams and then waking up and still feeling like they're mad at you. That's where I'm kind of starting to get worried, because I feel like that could really start messing with my mental health even more than it already is. And that would require me to probably want to change medications or change my habits. I've already talked to my therapist about how having weird dreams might have to do with how I'm usually on my computer late at night, which, I mean, it's so hard not to. I've tried to get myself to read before bed. I'm just not like a reading before bed type of person. I just get too tired to read before bed, and I prefer to just like read 100 pages randomly, like in the car, or just like sitting in bed at like 6 o'clock, just like in the evening, but not too late. But like a lot of the things that I do have to do with the internet, like I text my friends on the internet, like I call them with FaceTime, I make YouTube videos, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, I play The Sims. A lot of the things that I have to do with my computer. When I'm older, I'm probably going to need glasses because of that, just because of the whole eye strain thing. Right now, my eyes are, knock on wood, fine. But I just spend a lot of time on the computer. So that's one negative aspect, I guess, of this whole YouTube thing. But hey, it makes for a great story. I might have abandonment issues. My dreams may reflect that, but I have a nice story that comes out of it. A couple days ago, I got a comment from somebody that said I sound like Little Simsy, which I thought was really cute because I love Little Simsy so much. And a lot of the things that I say and a lot of the mannerisms I have, I feel like come from Little Simsy. There's that one saying that, like, your personality is made up of the 5 closest people you hang out with or you, like, talk to. And I would definitely believe that that's true. I feel like there are a lot of things that I've picked up from friends in the past. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, my laugh, I got actually, like, my laugh where I, like, crinkle my nose and do things like that. I'm pretty sure I picked that up from a friend that I'm not even friends with anymore. A friend that I was kind of low-key in love with back in, like, middle school. But we're not going to talk about that. That also scarred me for life. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's all right. Unrequited love. These things happen. But, yeah. What was I saying? Anyway, a lot of the mannerisms and things that I say might be things that Little Simsy says, or other YouTubers say, like Urban Sims, or even other YouTubers that I watch. So I'm not intentionally trying to copy anyone. I'm just going to say that flat out, because I feel like that's something that might be a problem if I get more subscribers in the future. People might think that I'm trying to copy others, but I'm not. I've just subconsciously picked up some things, which I feel like a lot of you that watch YouTube a lot would completely understand. Because whenever you watch so many people's like live streams and videos, you really start to kind of feel like they're friends, which is kind of so weird. Because they don't get that the other way around. Like, even though you comment on their videos and you tweet at them and you do all these types of interactions with them, you're just like another number on the screen, unless you're like their friend in real life. But to them, or to you, they're more of like a close friend because you hear them talk about their lives all the time. But you don't really have that back and forth. It's just like a one-sided type of friendship. Which, that's kind of like one weird thing about YouTube, but also like kind of a cool thing. Because you don't have to worry about that person like having a falling out with you or hating you, because I mean, you're just like another person on, like, let's just subscribe to them. Like, it's not a big deal or anything. No, they can't abandon you unless they stop uploading. Whew. Oh, can you see the abandonment issues coming up again? Ooh, good times. Not good times. I'm just trying to come up with filler words. Yeah, I've found out that I say the word or the phrase like granted a lot. So that's interesting. I also say so that's interesting a lot. Yeah. I mean, other than that and the whole dreaming thing, I feel like I've been pretty good for the past week. I haven't really had any struggles with my mental health. I mean, other than my mental breakdown I had on New Year's when I made my YouTube channel. But since then, I feel like I've been pretty good. Hopefully, I'll be good for a while. I don't really want to go and see my therapist and have to get my medication changed because I've been on the same medication for, oh God. When did I change? Has it been almost a year? I think I might be. The antidepressant that I take is venlafaxine. I think I've been taking that since like February, March-ish. Because that's when I really started messing with like medication and then trying different things, is like spring of last year. So it's been almost a year. And so far it's been working pretty well for me. But I think it might be the hydroxyzine, the sleep medication, that's messing me up. I honestly probably could do well without hydroxyzine. I'm just like, I've tried to go some nights without sleeping with it, and I end up getting too anxious that like, what if I can't fall asleep, that I end up not being able to fall asleep. So that's going to be an issue in the future as well, and that's one thing that if you're somebody who's interested in taking medication for like anxiety or anything like that has to do with mental health, one thing that you might consider is that once you start taking those medications, it's going to be very scary to stop taking them. Like, even if you're in a good place, it's going to be scary to stop taking them, because sometimes it seems like your medication isn't helping because like you still have problems and you're still like suffering with your anxiety. But at the same time, you're like, if I'm already kind of bad now, I don't want to know how worse I would be if I wasn't taking medication at all. Yeah, I really hope that I figure this whole thing out. I'm sure I will. I always do. But I don't want to scare you away. If you're somebody who hasn't taken medication for like anxiety or anything like that before, definitely, if you think that's something you're interested in, don't be afraid to try it. It does a lot of great things for a lot of people, and it's done some great things for me too. So if you're interested in that, definitely go schedule an appointment with a therapist, get in with a therapist, have them get you in with a psychiatrist. It's definitely a little bit hard to do. It was really hard for me to get into a psychiatrist because for a lot of places you have to be an existing patient. But how do you become an existing patient if you're not an existing... you know what I mean? It's just sometimes it can be really hard, and places just get booked so quickly. And it's just really difficult. So if you're somebody who suffers with mental health issues in general, definitely go see somebody if you think that would help you. If you're somebody who has tried medication and it hasn't worked in the past, don't be afraid to keep trying new things. At some point, you might not find anything and you might end up giving up, but you might end up finding something that works for you. So, yeah, this was kind of my mental health spiel. You might be able to tell that I actually didn't speed up this video that much because I wanted to have time to talk about myself for a little bit. Wow, I'm such a narcissist. Whew. I don't want to talk about myself. No, I just wanted a chance to kind of vent. I feel a lot better now. I feel like I've gotten my thoughts out into this voiceover. Hopefully it gives you motivation to kick your anxiety in the butt, whether you have really bad anxiety or just moderate anxiety when it comes to like talking to some people. I feel like, well, everybody has. Oh no, I didn't push my hair back. My hair might have been up against the microphone this entire time and making rattling noises. I might have to redo this voiceover. Oh no. I just spent 20 minutes doing this. I really hope I don't have to. If you're hearing this, I obviously didn't have to. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for listening. If you made it to this part of the video, I really, really appreciate it. Thank you for being my therapist for a little bit. I hope it kind of gave you a little bit of inspiration, helped you feel a lot better. This house isn't furnished a lot, which you're probably going to notice. You're going to be like, Ashley, why is there only like essentials in here? That's because I'm kind of doing like a rags to riches-esque thing where basically my idea for this, I'm not sure if I'm going to end up uploading this as like a series or if I'm just going to do this on my own. So the idea is that I have this mom and her daughter and their farm animals. So the father passed away, and now they have these farm animals that they have to raise, and they have like this farm that they have to try and keep up with, and they're basically trying to live off the land and make money. So it's kind of based off of like the Wolfpack Challenge mixed with rags to riches type of thing, but not really a challenge, because I also want to have some storytelling elements, and I've never played with that before my game very much, so I'm really excited to see if I end up uploading this. So if I do, look forward to that. If I never end up uploading it, and this is the only video I have about it, then I hope you enjoyed this kind of shell-ish, not really starter house, kind of starter-ish video house thing. Yeah. I don't have the screenshots taken right now, but they should be right here-ish. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a big thumbs up and subscribe for more future videos. All my links are in the description. I love you very much. Bye.